Hello, in this video, we're going to be talking about using Microsoft Teams for committee work. So, the agenda, we're going to start with talking about how to create teams for committee, how to add members to your committee, how to schedule the meetings, and how to create folders. So, the biggest thing is why do we need to use Teams for this? We've been doing committee work without this app for the longest. What is the benefit? Well, one of the biggest things that I started, one of the biggest reasons why I started using is Teams is a one-stop shop. You can do everything within the app for your committee, and you don't have to go and use separate things. Back in the day, I used to have to use Dropbox. I used to have to use obviously the 365 suite. I used to have to use Zoom or Skype. Uh, the good thing about Teams is everything is just locked in one place, and it makes things so much easier. So here's a couple of different points about the rationale, and all of these points are very much connected. It is a communication hub, so I can talk to my entire committee. I can send them messages. I can send a message to an individual. I can send a message to the group, but specifically target an individual so the entire group can see what the conversation is going on. But I'm asking a specific question to a specific individual. Uh, it, it, Teams is great for that, and it makes it so much simpler. One of the beautiful things about Teams is if I'm sending emails to my committee, then everything gets kind of lost in the wash of the emails. I'm sending an email to five different individuals, and it's easy to get those emails lost if you go on you send an email on Friday and people don't look at their emails until Sunday, then it's stacked. It's just not as clean. So Teams, the good thing about it is when you send a message to individuals, it goes directly into that Teams and it's archived there. Another thing is the collaboration hub, which is definitely related, but I can open a document, stick it in my Teams, and everybody can work it. And then I can leave specific permissions for individuals who I want to work on something, or I can make it so that it is open for everybody, or I can lock the document down and make it so that all you can do is provide comments. Um, so that is a huge thing. It is also the meeting hub, and that's a little bit different in communication. And what I mean by that is, you through the Teams app, you can schedule your meetings, and then you can take your meetings on the actual app. Whether that is I schedule a meeting every month, or hey, we have this issue, can we all jump on Teams? And not only can we do both of those things, but I can actually start a meeting and pull people and ask them to join. It's like hailing them to come into my meeting, and that is really beneficial. And while at the same time, when we talk about archival of materials, not only can I do all of these things, but if I have the meeting, I can record the meeting and it saves it in the Teams, and therefore we have all of our materials that are saved for years and years to come. Same thing with all of your meeting notes and all those things. Instead of just sending them out via email, now I can just have them on the Teams group, and it just stays there. And so if anybody ever has a question about what we talked about in our March meeting, you can just simply go there and look for yourself. So we're gonna start by let me pull it up. Creating a group. Creating groups is super simple. You just click this button right here. This is Teams, by the way, if you catch that up, and you click Create Team. I'm not going to actually create the team because I don't want to create another team. I have a bunch of them. But generally, I would say for something like this, I would either use a professional learning group, or that's generally what I use. The difference is like if you put it as a class, it will automatically set a template that is more usable for a class. Usually the permissions are set up so that you are the instructor, and then it defaults to like a lot of the things being for students. Obviously, you can add other instructors that you do that kind of stuff pretty easily, but it just makes it a little bit easier to use um, the professional learning group. So you click this, you click use this template. Is it a private or public group? You make that determination. Let's say this is a public group. And then you give your team a name, write a description, and then what will happen is when you create it, you get this, and what it will actually do is just add members. You just simply type in the individual's name, click that. Do I want this person to be a member or owner? Generally, if we're talking about a committee, you probably just want the person to be an owner, and then you can add or you can just skip it later. And that all depends on how much do you want individuals to have access to certain things, and so that's kind of a decision you make. Generally, it's not an issue with committees, but that is something to think about. So let me go back because I don't want to finish that because now I have another team to. I'm going to actually go through one of the committees that already exist. Um, Once you have created the team, you can add members by you can go to assessment committee. If you click this, you can add members this way, and then just click them, and then they will become part of your team. Um, or you can obviously click it and then add by going to manage channel. Wait a minute. If you go to this button right here, you can add members also. Let me see what else. Once you have the team created, I usually keep it pretty basic. So what I like to do is we have generally two different areas on the team. And this is as basic as it gets. But generally for committees, this is all you really need. You have the post area, and then you have your files area. It's taking a second to load. So for your post area, all it is simply just a running log of all of your different posts. And so, um, you know, like if I have to send a message to the entire committee, I can just send a message and it will go to everybody. Now, one of the things to consider is they have a tagging feature, and you can go through the options and change the tagging. But if you go and you click at, and then you put the name of the committee, it will automatically pop up and it says CAS Assessment Committee. So whatever this message is, when I send it, it will go directly to everybody automatically. You can put a subject if you want to, or I can say I want to send a message directly to Heidi, and if I do that, I can click. I can put her name, and then when I send a message, it will go to everybody, but it would also highlight her, and it will give her a specific message so that she knows. So you can see, like I sent a message over here um, to the committee, and then I asked Heidi a specific question, and then I added in this document right here, which which is highlighted right here. And so when I send this message out, she gets a notification, everybody else gets a notification, and depending on how they set up their notification, most people get it actually in their email. And so it's an easy way to kind of communicate. And then you see we can actually go through and have a conversation where I may ask somebody a question, or somebody may have a specific question. There's something up here, yeah. So we asked a question about somebody asked a question, and then somebody responded, and somebody else responded, and so we have a dialogue going, and it is archived there. um, I think I'll make another video.